Hey guys, we wanted to shoot a frequently asked questions video because we're getting a lot of questions about the software and we want to address those here. So hopefully, if you've watched the video where I talk about the various aspects of the software as it is, perhaps there are some questions that come up in your mind as well, and perhaps we'll answer it in this video. If not, go ahead and ask away and we'll get those questions answered for you. But the first question that we were asked is, does helper software have a purpose of use? So I'm assuming this is talking about the SAS Helper software. And yes, the purpose of the SAS Helper software is just that. We take various marketing software as a service products that are um, valuable and accomplish different things to this software. We add it in. So it becomes sort of like a one-stop shop for a lot of different techniques and utilities that you might want in your marketing. So that would be the purpose of SAS Helper. The next question is, does SAS Helper have a theme? And yes, it does. Obviously, we call it SAS Helper because we add software as a service products to it. So that's really the theme of the software, is that although this is a desktop software in and of itself, a Windows software, by the way, but when you open it up and when you run it, you'll have access to many different software as a service products that you can then use to accomplish whatever you want to accomplish for a really pennies on the dollar. Okay, so that is really the theme of SAS Helper. Are there four different white labels bundled in one SAS Helper? Okay, good question. So right now we have four different white label products bundled in SAS Helper. And just so you know, all of the white label products that we put in here will be bundled in one software um, uh, moving forward. It won't be, as far as I can tell, it won't be a need for more than one piece of software to do this. But yes, there are four as it stands, and we will be adding many more shortly. On the sales page, we show the very next products we're about to add to it very soon. And so, yes, to answer the question, is the SAS Helper video player label similar to the VU player? Yes, so we have added a white label version of VU Player to the SAS Helper software. So it is similar. Not only is it similar, it is the exact same thing. So that is, if you have VU Player or if you've seen it, this is the exact software. Is the video player a monthly subscription service to use? The answer is no, it's not a subscription service to use when you purchase it with SAS Helper. As long as you have SAS Helper, you're good to go for life. So you don't have to worry about that. You can use video player. Do I have to pay separately for the video player service? The answer is no. I answered that in the previous question as well, but you don't have to pay separately for it. This service, this software as a service, comes with SAS Helper. Is the cost of white label Social Notification Pro $30 outside? The answer is yes. If you go to Social Notification Pro right now, currently it's about around 30 bucks to get it, something like that anyway. But that is current. It could go up, it could go down, whatever the case might be. But the point is that's what you would pay. Is leadin a software as a service for social media notifications? Leadin is a software as a service to create social media competitions. That's what it does. Can you create social media competitions using leadin software as a service? I just answered that. The answer is yes. Will more helper software as a services white labels be added? Absolutely. We plan on adding several more, and as long as we have members using the software, we will continually add more and more and more. Can lead-in white label be used to build and create a list? Yes, absolutely. That's the whole point of it. You use lead-in to generate leads on autopilot. That's what it's for. Can Social Notification Pro send Facebook notifications? Yes, it can. So what Social Notification Pro acts as, it acts like a autoresponder inside of Facebook. So yes, it will send notifications. Can the retargeter be used to create Facebook custom audiences? Well, the retargeter is not used to create the custom audiences, but it takes the custom audiences that you create inside of Facebook and uses those in the links. Can you create retargeting links by Facebook pixels using the retargeter white label in SAS Helper? Yes, that's the whole point. You take the Facebook pixel, you put it in the links, and therefore you build your custom audiences inside of retargeter with SAS Helper. So yes. Can you modify videos using the SAS Helper software? Yes. So currently we have video player in there that you can use, but also we have some white label software coming soon that you can use also to modify video as well. So just go ahead when you get your download, just stay tuned for that. It will be coming very shortly. If you buy SAS Helper, are you entitled to a founder's account? No, you're not entitled to a founder's account, but we do have founder's accounts here in the beginning. And we will cut that off at our discretion to turn this model into a monthly subscription model. But as I record this video, if you purchase right now, you will have a founder's account. You will never be charged anything else, and you will get everything that we put into this software. Will more white label software be added to the current list of labels? Yes. So we have on the sales page, again, we have about 4 or 5 more white labels that we're adding in, and we're going to add those in very soon. And then even obviously after that, we will add in more. Do I have to pay anything more for the new white labels added to the software? That's a yes and a no. So if you have a founder's account, you will never have to pay anything more for any new white label software that we put into SAS Helper. But if you're not a founding member, you would have to pay the monthly fee, whatever that is at the time, to continue to use everything that's in there. So that's why we say if you have the opportunity, go ahead and get the founder's account. If you don't have that opportunity, get whatever the cost is now, because as we put more software in, the cost does go up, and whatever price point you come in at is where you stay locked in at. So we certainly suggest you go ahead and get yours. Will the subscription model be changed on updating with new white labels to the software? So that's possible. We may decide on changing subscription models as we go along. I will say that, as I mentioned in the last answer, that the subscription will go up as we add additional white label softwares in there. I can't say time frame on how we do that, but it will be more and more as time goes on, because um, we will continue to add more and more. And one thing I will like to note here is that also, um, if any of the software that is in SAS Helper, um, for some reason or another, cease to be effective, we will actually remove it and add something different. Okay, we'll always add what's new and what's relevant to the software in the event that something happens to any of the software. So what you can be assured of is that we will always add what's new, what's fresh, and what's relevant to SAS Helper. Do I have to pay only one time for purchasing the subscription? Well, yes, when you pay one time, you're not purchasing a subscription, you're purchasing lifetime access, a founder's account, when you pay only one time. If that is gone, then it will be a monthly subscription. Is the software worth an investment for accessing different software in the future? So that's a pretty much an obvious answer in my mind, because as it stands, we have several $100s worth of software in there now, and we're going to add several $1,000s of SaaS softwares shortly, and we will continue to add those software. So you just imagine what you might have to pay for all of these software individually, and you add all of that up, okay, then you know the investment, you know the value that you're getting. I mean, that's why we want you to know the software that we're putting in here, so you know the value that you're getting. And even if you think that, well, maybe the value is not quite there yet, the value will be there very, very shortly, but it is there now. But even more so in the very near future, as we add on a few members here, we'll be adding on these other software inside of the SAS Helper as well. So is it worth the investment? I feel like a resounding yes, it is worth the investment for sure. Are the white label software trusted, tested, or proven to give results? Yes. Every software that we put in SAS Helper has been tested, or I feel like it's trusted. Okay, so due to me being in the internet marketing space, watching all of the players in there, looking at all the software. Trust me, I look at all the software pretty much. And I can say that what I put in to SAS Helper is actually going to be something that you can use, you can trust, and that proves to give results. And you know, even if it does not, you know, meet the expectations, we will certainly, again, as I mentioned earlier, we'll take it out and put in something else. We're going to continue to put in more and more software into SAS Helper for you. So don't worry about that. We will always have your back, and we're going to make sure that we always have the best quality SaaS softwares in SAS Helper for you. Does the software have relevance and purpose in the future? Well, that's a good question. So, yes, the software is going to be relevant and purposeful in the future. So, here's the difference between SAS Helper and the actual SaaS products that are in SAS Helper. SAS Helper is a product that um, stays current on the trending SaaS products that are working today. So, for example, next year, there will be all new SaaS products out there based on the trends, based on what's working in marketing at that time, based on the newest techniques, the newest strategies. And to be honest with you, there will be some software that becomes obsolete. Perhaps it's because the developer of those particular SaaS softwares, for whatever reason, stop supporting it in the way that perhaps they should, or anything can happen. So, what makes SAS Helper unique and relevant and purposeful is that we stay up to date, and we put in the new SaaS products, the new SaaS softwares for you to use. And of course, everything that stays working properly will always be there as well. But this is probably, in my estimation, is the most relevant software type of software you can get, because you'll never have to pay for that actual software, as long as you, especially if you have a founder's account. That's why I can't stress enough to get that founder's account if you can. If you can't, that monthly fee, you will have everything that you didn't have to pay for, and you'll only be paying that monthly fee for it. So instead of having to purchase all of these products, and at some point it may be uh, um, several tens to 100 products in there for you, but you'll have it. Okay, so yes, it will definitely suit you and benefit you in the future. Will the existing price for SAS Helper software increase anytime soon? Yes, it will. So what we're trying to do is we're basing it on our founding members. Right now, we do have a time limit on that, but of course, that depending on the number of members, we might extend that. Um, that founder's discount, or we might go ahead and switch it right on over and just go with the monthly membership. So, that will be kind of up for debate, but it will increase, just so you know, it will increase regardless, because once it turns into the monthly membership, regardless of the price point. To keep it, you'll be paying monthly, which means it will be more than the one-time cost that it is to become a founding member. Okay, so yes, that existing price that you see will go up, even if it's a monthly fee that you see. Whatever that price point is right now, it will even go up. Okay, so that needs to be said. And to answer that question, yes, the price will go up. Can social media lead pages be created using SAS Helper software? I don't believe that there's anything currently, as I'm shooting this video, that create social media lead pages specifically. I do have some software at my disposal that does that, but I don't believe that any of the software that is currently there does it. So that being said, let me say this. If this is something you would like, if we get people telling us that they want like to have something like that in SAS Helper, we'll work to get that in. That being said, as well, as new software comes out, okay, SaaS software comes out, if you see the need to have that in your business, let us know. We'll take into account everybody's request. And if we get a request for certain types of software, certain specific software, we'll work to get that into SAS Helper as well. Okay, so we just want to make that be known, because we want you to have everything you need for your business. Okay, last question. Will the developer be paying more than $500 to create and gain rights on the software white labels? Yes. And the reason that is because there are certain SaaS software products where the product creators, they want $500 for perhaps a couple hundred licenses of it. And that's the case for many that I can think of right now that we're about to put in. And then some of the ones that we have, when we need to add licenses, they charge for the adding of more licenses. Usually a license is about, they sell them in like 100 to 200 bundles. Sometimes the license is unlimited. It just depends on the product, right? But in many cases, it's going to be $500 or more, in many cases. So yes, we will be paying quite a bit of money to make sure that we have what we need for our members, for the long haul. So we're putting a lot of money into this for you. You're going to be able to benefit by having everything in one place and not having to pay for everything. So we highly encourage you, go ahead, if you're on the fence, if you've been on the fence, highly encourage you to go ahead and get your copy now. And wherever it is right now, we will continually be adding to it. You'll get, you know, um, all of it for your business. We look forward to working with you and to providing you immense value and having a business relationship with you. If you have any questions whatsoever, please reach out to us at our help desk. We'll be happy to answer any of the questions. As you can see, we'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. All right. So this is D Bell. I'll see you on the inside.